Hello, 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 hello. Oh my God. Not only am I caffeinated, but I'm sugared up. Hello, my fam. It is Perez, the queen of all media, the original influencer, and I am so happy to be spending some time with you this holiday week. I appreciate you joining me and needing an escape or just wanting to commiserate. I go live here on YouTube every weekday at this same exact time, 1 p.m. Eastern, 10 a.m. Pacific. I normally do these Hot Topics shows, member only live chats, but because it is Thanksgiving, I don't know if people are going to be watching. So I thought, you know what? Let me just open up the chat to everybody yesterday and today. We have a lot to talk about, including the It Ends With Us saga. But first, welcome, Kyle. I'm sure we'll find out more about that in the separate lawsuit. Welcome, Kristen. Welcome, Nan. Oh my God. I devoured this yesterday. And literally after I finished eating it, I was like, oh, I should have shared this with my fam. But don't worry, I got another one. If you don't know what this is turrón. It is a delicacy in certain European countries. And the Spaniards carried this on to Central South America, the Caribbean. In Puerto Rico and Cuba, turrón is very popular. I love turrón. They also have it in Italy, as I mentioned. It's very popular there. I think in France too, certain European countries. Turrón is a seasonal sweet delicacy, and they make them in different flavors. This one is like a hard nugget. I was trying to think, how do you say it in English? Crunchy almond turrón. This is like I would call this more like nugget. It's almonds and like this nugget. This one is also almonds, but it's a very different texture. I'm gonna show it to you. I've tagged some of my favorite turrones in this video. So if you've never tried it, this is something really awesome to take to a holiday party. Perez told me about turrón. If you click through and order some turrón from this video, your boy will get a little piece of that. Very transparent. It is a rev share. This is the nugget one. This one is like an almond paste, which I'll show you. But they didn't have my favorite. They did not have it. My mom brought these from Los Angeles, and there's a Cuban store there that sells turrón. My favorite is the chocolate turrón. I live for the chocolate turrón. It's chocolate and almonds. Almonds are big in turrón, but they didn't have it. So this is almond paste. Let me show you. It's a little crumbly. Look at the consistency. I don't want to touch it because they preserve it in oil. I think it's oil, right? They preserve it in oil. It's creamy. So it's a little crumbly. It's nugget. It's just like ground up almonds. Trigger warning, I'm about to eat it. Sorry to all the people that are upset about eating in videos. So soft. You could taste the nuts. If you don't like nuts, this is not for you. It's not flaky, Nan. Did I say it was flaky? I mean, it's very moist because they preserve it. They wrap it in this thing, and it's in oil. Yes, McLean Gimlist. I said that was my favorite. The chocolate one. I gotta finish this. Hold on. Oh, so good. I should have gotten a spoon. Anyways, I had a lovely Thanksgiving. How was yours? This just takes me back to Miami. Look, you could see some of the oil. Look. So it's very moist. Anyways, my sister made a lot. And we also bought a lot at Honey Baked Ham. You know what surprised me about the Honey Baked Ham? The macaroni and cheese was really good this year. No, we need the light. I think my camera is a little... I think my camera needs a cleaning. Normally the macaroni and cheese from Honey Baked Ham sucks, but this year they nailed it. I don't know what they did differently. Okay. Hey, Texas. Here we go. Oh my God, now. There we go. I think that is much better. All right. Wait, I gotta turn the camera around and show you all something. Hey, Osfly girl. Look what was served up to me on the FB. I'm old, so I still use the bukeface. Look at that. 20% off, as ever. Meghan Markle's brand. Berre, I've not been following that story about Miss Universe, so I'm not like an expert on that. I know that there was like an arrest warrant. I'm not even that interested, to be honest. There was like an arrest warrant issued against the owner of the pageant. But I am interested in the Baldoni Lively drama. And we're going to talk that now. Because I got it in the title of the video. All right. Oh my God. There was so much that dropped this week in the... I had a hair there. In the unsealing that I was not able to get to it all yesterday. Thankfully, we're going to get to it today. Many more pages in Justin Baldoni's deposition have been unsealed. I have not read this yet, so we're going to go through it together in real time. No spoilers. If you've read it already, I don't like spoilers. Don't tell me anything in the chat. We're going to be going through it in real time. All right. We've already seen some bits and pieces of Baldoni's deposition, but I'm curious to see what more he has to say. So, As always, they didn't include the entire deposition. It's just excerpts. That means there will probably be some jumping around. Like I'll get to a page, finish it, and then the next page is not directly in order. Thank you, Osfly Girl. Thank you, Bussy B. Okay, so Baldoni is being questioned. Did you have any personal role in making the decision to hire Melissa Nathan, the crisis communications expert, over any of the other crisis PRs that may have been recommended? No, says Baldoni. Are you aware of where Jamie got the names for potential crisis communications professionals that he was considering? Baldoni, I imagine from his lawyer, Alexandra Shapiro. Interesting that she took the lead on this, not Brian Friedman, Shapiro. God, it's just crazy also that so much money was spent on all of this because if I remember correctly, and you guys please correct me if I'm wrong, Baldoni's deposition took place in Los Angeles, right? And Alexandra Shapiro is based out of New York, flying all of these lawyers and teams, and it's just so much money. This lawsuit is insane. The Johnny Depp Amber Heard drama was not this wild, and that was wild. I did sleep, Nan. Thank you for asking. So, Mr. Baldoni, don't speculate, said his lawyer. No. She's the one that's representing him here. So clearly she was already, onboarded. Seriously, Chelsea. Okay. So, Baldoni, no, I actually don't. Then Fudge, who's this lawyer? Who's Miss Shaw? Miss Shaw? Which lawyer was that? Blake Lively, lawyer Shaw? Oh, no. This is a lawyer for Stephanie Jones. Okay. Maureen Shaw. Kristen Toller is the name that is more in my brain. Maureen Shaw is one of Stephanie Jones's attorneys. So, oh God, I think right. They had to sit for multiple days of deposition, right? One day for Lively, one day for Jones. Hey, Rose is Wild. So, Stephanie Jones' lawyer, you don't know? Justin Baldoni, no. Stephanie Jones' lawyer. Do you know if he, Jamie Heath, or anyone else at Wayfair asked Stephanie Jones for her views on crisis communications professionals that you should hire? I don't. Do you know if she recommended Melissa Nathan or not? If Stephanie Jones recommended, I now know that she didn't, said Baldoni. The lawyer, how did you come to that understanding? Baldoni's attorney, Mr. Baldoni, don't answer. No, says Baldoni, if the information came from your lawyers. Baldoni, yes, I can answer this. Stephanie had sent me a text about Melissa Nathan. Hey, Cal. Yes, Amanda. I think if Taylor Swift would have been deposed, we would have heard about it by now, Kristen. But I could be wrong. Even though Taylor Swift wasn't deposed, it's a possibility that she might still be called to testify, right? Holy moly, there's a lot of people watching today. I didn't think these many people would show up. Thank you, everybody. Appreciate you. I'm going to send you all some good vibes. If you could all double tap or like, let's get this to 200 likes if we can. I'm not going to be obnoxious about it. Let's just continue. Okay. So, Stephanie Jones's lawyer. You knew at the time that Stephanie did not recommend that you hire Melissa Nathan, correct? Objection, says Baldoni's attorney. Baldoni, I knew that Stephanie did not like Melissa Nathan. Yes. The lawyer, and Stephanie warned you against hiring Melissa Nathan. Isn't that right? Baldoni, I think you could put it that way with my interaction with Stephanie, yeah. Jones's lawyer, and were you aware that Stephanie also warned Jamie Heath and Tara Hanks against hiring Melissa Nathan? Baldoni, I was only aware of what she texted me. Thank you, Miss Heather. The lawyer, Jamie Heath and Tara Hanks never told you that Stephanie Jones had also warned them against hiring Melissa Nathan? Baldoni, not that I recall. Jones's lawyer, do you have an understanding as to why Stephanie Jones was warning you against hiring Melissa Nathan? Baldoni, I vaguely remember. I think there was a text message that she sent that she said, I'm reading it in my mind. There was a word shady in there. And it was like a link to something that I never clicked on. Oh my God, you think I'm on Ozempic? That's so flattering. I'm not on Ozempic, and I just had some turrón. If you want turrón, I've got some linked in this video. Click through and get some. I do look pretty terrible, but I'm alive, and I'm so grateful to be alive. Legitimately. I'm old, and I'm still here. Oh, Nan. Thank you, my dear Nan. You are an angel. Okay, let us resume. Hold on. How did I do that? I'll have to figure it out later. Anyways. Okay. The lawyer. Other than the text message you're describing with Stephanie Jones, did you ever have a conversation with her about this issue, whether in person or on the phone? Baldoni, I don't know. My memory of this time was that there was a lot of messages, and I might have spoken to Stephanie. I don't remember the conversation, but felt like a frantic energy from Stephanie. Did you give any credence, says the lawyer, to the information that she was giving you in terms of why you should not hire Melissa Nathan to be aligned with you? Objection, says Baldoni's attorney. You mean Jones, Jonathan? Oh, I would love that, Melanie. Yes, Cease Rider. Today and yesterday, the chat was open to everybody. Shanonos, thank you. Thank you so much.
Hello. I want to show you guys something funny.
Oh, you do? Uh-oh. No, what are you going to show them?
You know, I found my dad eating croissants hidden in the pantry. And I screenshotted him. He's so beautiful.
You can't really.
Taking out the croissant.
Realness.
I got another picture that's a little bit
Oh,
funnier. Him
great.
laughing. It's kind of glitchy though. Caillou. Alright, bye.
You know, those Costco croissants, they're my weakness. Costco croissants and turrón and pecan pie. Should I have some pecan pie right now? No, that might be too much. We've got Justin Baldoni to get back to. Let's do this. Okay, where were we? All right, so, objection, says Baldoni's attorney. Baldoni, what do you mean by credence exactly? Stephanie Jones's lawyer, did you take her concerns seriously? Baldoni, I believe I did. Stephanie Jones's lawyer, did you do anything to investigate them further before you hired Melissa Nathan? Baldoni, I didn't have any capacity at that time to do personal investigation. No. Remember what he was going through at the time. This was early August of or maybe even July of last year, when everything was, and it was still private, but it was just like a volcano. Yes, everybody hit the like button, pretty please. Stephanie Jones's lawyer. Did you relay Stephanie's concerns to Jamie Heath or Tara Hanks at the time? I believe I did, yes. Stephanie's lawyer, tell me what you recall about the substance of those conversations or communications. Baldoni, I remember passing along that Stephanie doesn't like. I didn't know who Melissa Nathan was, one of the people. That's what I remember. Jones's lawyer, do you remember Stephanie Jones telling you in sum or substance that Melissa Nathan and the tactics she uses as a crisis communications professional are not the kinds of tactics that you want to publicly associate yourself with? Baldoni, that sounds very familiar. The irony, people could say the same thing about you, Stephanie Jones. Wait, where's my other thing? Oh, here it is. Hey, Rachel. Stephanie Jones pretending to have moral turpitude? Is that the right expression, moral turpitude? Wait, am I using that correctly? Moral turpitude. Moral turpitude is a legal concept describing an act. Oh, I got it totally wrong. I got that totally wrong. Moral turpitude is a legal concept describing an act that is inherently vile, depraved, and contrary to accepted societal morals, often involving fraud, dishonesty, or a disregard for the law. Well, Stephanie Jones allegedly has that. Sorry. I said allegedly. That's just my opinion. I know that the lawyers are watching. Hi, the first year lawyers. All right, let's continue. Okay. Stephanie Jones's lawyer. Are you aware that Wayfarer and you decided to hire Oh, Teresa, you angel. Oh my God, we got over 200 likes. Thank you. Can we get to 300 likes now? Let's go. All right. I can't believe my daughter came in and put me on blast like that. That's one of the funniest moments of the year. At least she was like, my dad was eating the croissants, not like my dad is a horrible human being. Although some people might say that's pretty awful. The croissants were for everybody, okay? They were for everybody. All right. Are you aware, says Stephanie Jones's lawyer, that Wayfarer and you decided to hire Melissa Nathan over Stephanie Jones' objections? I don't mind trolls or bots or haters. I welcome them all. I almost don't like saying this part because I don't want them to leave, but anybody who leaves negative comments is only helping me. The more people comment, the more that YouTube pushes my live out to more people. So thank you, everyone. Okay. Are you aware that Wayfarer and you decided to hire Melissa Nathan over Stephanie Jones's objections? Baldoni, I would imagine so, yes. Stephanie's lawyer, okay. I'm going to show you what's marked as a document, Exhibit 5. Baby Beach, thank you. Bless you, Baby Beach. Baby, baby, baby. I was like, baby. Okay, I gotta stop that. Okay. Oh my God, TT doll. A big hug. Mwah. Okay. So they're looking at a document. It's a text message between you and Stephanie Jones dated July 26, 2024. Is this the text message that you are referring to that Stephanie Jones sent you where she warned you against hiring Melissa Nathan? It appears to be, says Baldoni. And this was sent on July 26th. So does this refresh your recollection that you were considering bringing on Crisis PR before July 26th, 2024? Yes, says Baldoni. Okay, says Stephanie's lawyer. And as you recall, Stephanie Jones sent you a link at the top of the text thread, right? Yes, says Baldoni. You said you never clicked on that. I don't know. No, I don't know, says Baldoni. I think they skipped pages. Yeah. We went from page 140 to page 145. All right. I don't know, says Baldoni. We're picking up from somewhere. Stephanie Jones' lawyer, because you never asked her what she meant by that? Objection, says Baldoni's attorney. Baldoni, unless you have a document that says I did, I don't feel like I did, says Baldoni. Stephanie's lawyer, I'm going to show you a document that's been marked Exhibit 6. You got it, says Baldoni. It's a text message between Stephanie Jones, Jamie Heath, Tara Hanks, and you. Says Baldoni. Dated July 26. Do you see this? Yes, says Baldoni. Do you recall this text message when you received it? Vaguely. Yes, says Baldoni. Okay, and in this text message, Stephanie Jones warns you, Tara Hanks, and Jamie Heath that you should not work with Melissa Nathan because there's a lot of dirty work she has done, and it's not someone that you should want in Justin's orb. Do you see that? Yes, says Baldoni. Okay, and she goes on to say, or for Blake's PR to use as a weapon against him. Do you see that? I do, says Baldoni. Stephanie's lawyer, did you ever have a conversation with her about what she meant by that? Baldoni, I did not have a conversation with Stephanie at all around this. He was so over Stephanie Jones by this point. Can you blame him? And I think most of it will be unsealed eventually, TT doll. Hey, Sichi. I know, stay haters. I love the haters. Okay. Stephanie Jones's lawyer. Okay. Do you have any understanding, whether from this text message or anything else that you knew at the time, about what she meant when she said, I just downloaded Terra on some dark stuff? Baldoni, I don't. Stephanie Jones's lawyer, did Terra ever relay the substance of that conversation to you? Baldoni, I think I had a conversation with Terra and Jamie that I didn't want to be a part of any of this. So I trusted them to make the decision. I don't believe she told me anything. Hey, Dory, thank you, me. Thank you, Pealea. Stephanie Jones' lawyer. Okay. Do you understand from this text message that Stephanie is telling you and Jamie and Tara that it might not be good for you to be associated with someone like Melissa Nathan based on the type of tactics that she used in the past? Baldoni. That seems to be an accurate summary. Stephanie Jones's lawyer. And that if people knew that you were associated with Melissa Nathan, or specifically if Blake's PR came to find out that you had associated yourself with Melissa Nathan, they could use that against you because of who Melissa Nathan was, right? Baldoni's attorney. Objection! Objection! Baldoni, I can't speculate to what she meant by that, but it seems to be she says Blake's PR to use as a weapon. So, Stephanie's lawyer, okay, now Wayfarer and you, Baldoni, are you done with this one? Stephanie's lawyer, I think so. He hands it back to her. Stephanie's lawyer, Wayfarer and you went ahead and hired Melissa Nathan after. And despite Stephanie Jones was the employee. Baldoni was the boss. He hired Stephanie Jones. Stephanie Jones could object all she wants, but at the end of the day, Wayfarer is going to hire whoever the hell they want to hire. Who does Stephanie Jones thinks she is? Loca, loca, loca. Soy loca con mi tigre. Okay. So I think we skipped a page. Okay. Wayfarer went ahead, Stephanie Jones's warnings, right? Objection, says Baldoni's attorney. I believe so, says Baldoni. Thank you, DNA. And there came a time in August after you had hired Melissa Nathan that the Hollywood Reporter published an article about the fact that you hired Melissa Nathan, right? Yes, says Baldoni. Stephanie's lawyer, I'm going to show you that article. It's a document we're going to mark as Exhibit 7. Thank you, says Baldoni. Stephanie's lawyer, it's an article from the Hollywood Reporter dated Shanos, thank you. You guys are so kind. Thank you. Okay. It's an article from the Hollywood Reporter dated August 14th. I love that we've not seen any of this before. This is new. It's an article from the Hollywood Reporter dated August 14th, 2024 that says, Justin Baldoni hires crisis PR veteran amid it ends with us rift. Do you see that? Says Baldoni. Stephanie Jones's lawyer. And it goes on to say, the director and star has retained the services of Melissa Nathan, who, next page, represented Johnny Depp during the Amber Heard trial. Do you see that? Excuse me, says Baldoni. On the second page, yes. Holy heck, there are so many people watching now. Can we get this to 500 likes? If everybody liked this video, we could easily get to 500 likes. Let's go! I don't know. All right. Okay. Stephanie Jones's lawyer. You were pretty upset when this article came out, right? Baldoni. I don't remember what I was feeling. Stephanie's lawyer. You were worried when this article came out that being publicly associated with Melissa Nathan might make it look like you had something to be guilty for, right? Objection, says Baldoni's attorney. Baldoni, no. I think I was just not happy that my crisis PR was being publicized. I don't think it had anything to do with Nathan, Melissa Nathan. Veronica, thank you. Stephanie's lawyer, why were you not happy that your crisis PR was publicized? Baldoni, because it felt like more of the kind of thing that felt like somebody would plant to draw more attention and fan a flame to something. Justin Baldoni was not interested in doing that. Baldoni did not want a smear campaign. I believe him. Do you? Fan a flame to what? Says Stephanie's lawyer. To public speculation, says Baldoni. The fan theories of why I wasn't doing press with anybody and... Oh my God, this is so good. Stephanie's lawyer, what were the fan theories at the time about why you weren't doing press with anyone? Baldoni, I remember there being a lot of talk about all of the cast unfollowing me, why I wasn't doing press with any of the other cast members. I don't remember the date that this came out, but I don't know if I had already done the premiere or not at this point. But I had also never read an article or seen an article about somebody hiring crisis PR. So I found it odd. Thank you, TT doll. You doll. Stephanie's lawyer, and you thought it made you look bad, right? Baldoni, yeah, I think I did. Stephanie's lawyer, you thought it made you look like you had something to hide. Baldoni, I think I had never been involved in anything like this, and I wasn't used to seeing my name in the press in this way at all. And I certainly didn't want my name out there in a negative way. Stephanie's lawyer, you thought it made you look like you had something to hide, that you had to do with the allegations of on-set abuse, right? Objection, says Baldoni's attorney. Oh, now we skip pages. Oh, wow, we skip a lot of pages. It went from page 150 to page 226. Stephanie's lawyer, which part do you not agree with? Baldoni, can you ask me again? Stephanie Jones's lawyer, you left Jones Works to go with Jennifer Abel as a publicist after Jennifer Abel was fired from Jones Works, right? Objection, says Baldoni's attorney. Baldoni, I don't know the sequence. I know that Jennifer had put in her notice, so I'm confused by the way the question is asked. Stephanie Jones' lawyer, let me ask it in a different way. You left Jones Works to go work with Jennifer Abel as a publicist after she left Jones Works, right? Objection, says Baldoni's attorney. Yes, says Baldoni. Stephanie's lawyer, why? Baldoni, because she was my publicist for years before, and I trusted her. Translation, he did not trust Stephanie Jones. Can ya blame him? StephanieJonesLies.com. Oh my God, I'm being pushed out to everyone today. Hello, new people. Hit the subscribe button. Make sure you're following me. And if you don't like me, please stay and say that in the comments repeatedly, because that only helps me get more reach. Okay. Do you still trust her? Says Stephanie's lawyer. Objection, says Alex Shapiro. I do, says Baldoni. Stephanie Jones's lawyer. Have you seen any documents or text messages in this case or otherwise where Stephanie Jones is talking S-H-I-T about you the way Jen Abel was? Oh my God, this is so juicy. Jen Abel was talking. I'm trying to remember what Jen Abel said. Like, you know, the comments about he comes off so bad here, things like that. Remember when Jen Abel was chatting with Melissa Nathan? We've seen all of these texts before. I'm not going to look them up. But yeah, I mean, I don't know if I would be mad if I was Justin. I guess if you love somebody or if you respect somebody, tough love, or, you know, like, they're still working together. All right. Baldoni, I haven't seen any documents about Stephanie Jones in general, to my knowledge. Okay, says Stephanie's lawyer. Are we done with this one, says Baldoni. Yes, says her lawyer. Okay. Stephanie Jones's lawyer. Are you aware that after Wayfarer onboarded Tag as its crisis publicist, Katie Case and Melissa Nathan were joking about whether your faith was a cult? Whoa. Objection, says Baldoni's attorney. I was not aware, says Justin Baldoni. What do you think about that? Says Stephanie Jones's lawyer. Objection, says Baldoni's attorney. Justin, well, I think anytime somebody makes a religious joke, I think that's not okay. It seems to have happened a lot in this case. Stephanie's lawyer, including from your own publicist, it seems. Objection, says Baldoni's attorney. Justin, if you want to show it to me, I'd be happy to see it. I haven't heard anything. This is the first I'm hearing about it. Sure, says Stephanie Jones's lawyer. Tab 139, please. I will show you a document that's marked as Exhibit 13. It's a text thread between Katie Case and Melissa Nathan from August 4th, 2024. Okay, sorry, there is one more page, says Baldoni. Have you seen this before, says Stephanie's attorney. I have not. Jones's lawyer, were you aware that Katie Case and Melissa Nathan were texting things like this about you while they were on a call with you? Objection, says Baldoni's attorney. I was not, says Justin. Damn. That's the end of it. Ah! But good news. We've got a lot of Steve Sorowitz's deposition too. Oh, I want more. Oh, that was so juicy. Oh my God. Wow. Wow. All right, let's get Steve Sarowitz. If you don't remember, Steve Sarowitz, we've already seen some of his deposition transcript as well. He is spicy. Steve Sarowitz, you know why he's so spicy? Because he's a billionaire. He's got no F's to give. When you're a billionaire, even if you're not a D-wad, right? You've still got big balls because you're a billionaire. He's got those big balls and all those billions in the bank. So, let's get to this. All right. Ellen Garofalo, not Alex Shapiro, was handling Steve Sarowitz, the billionaire co-founder of Wayfair. I don't know who the lawyer. Oh! This is Mike, little Mikey. Okay, Ellen Garofalo to Steve Sarowitz. Again, he's not asking you about any communications with counsel. You're instructed not to answer with information you obtained solely from counsel. You can otherwise answer the question. Do you understand the instruction? Steve Sarowitz, yes. So you just to repeat, so I make sure, are you asking me, says Sarowitz, if I'm aware of any policy on retention of messages? Mike Gottlieb, yes. Steve Sarowitz, no, I'm not aware. Mike Gottlieb, Blake's attorney. Have you ever personally gone into your Signal application? Oh God, the Signal of it all. And set or adjusted auto delete functions on any chats that you've had? No, says Sarowitz. So you do not know one way or the other whether these Signal chats that you have relating to the film have an auto delete function on them or not. Is that correct? Garofalo, the Wayfair attorney. Again, he's not asking you about anything you may have learned from attorneys in the course of this litigation. He's asking about your independent knowledge. Sarowitz, no. Mike Gottlieb, no, you do not know. Sarowitz, I don't know. Little Mikey, have you ever had any person take your phone and adjust your auto delete settings so far as you know? Steve Sarowitz, no. Little Mikey, did you take any steps after you learned about the possibility of litigation in this case to adjust the retention policies or look at the retention policies for your 4sbay.com email address? Steve Sarowitz, no. Okay, I am loving this. Do you know what the default setting is in your system? No. Do you know what the default setting is in Signal for message deletion and retention? No. Little Mikey, Blake's lawyer. So, there's no steps that you took as you sit here today that you can think of. Steps that you took to determine whether any of your messages were being deleted? Ellen Garofalo. Again, he's not asking you to respond with anything you learned from attorneys in connection with the litigation, just you individually. Steve Sarowitz, no. Mike Gottlieb, Blake's lawyer. And just to make sure, because I'm not sure how clear my last... Mike, we know your last question was clear. We know what you're doing. Little Mikey, just to make sure, because I'm not sure how clear my last question was with respect to Signal. There's no steps, no conversations you had with your lawyers, but things you actually did. You're unaware of anything you did to determine whether your messages were being deleted or not? Steve Sarowitz, yes. Mike Gottlieb, yes, you're not aware? Steve Sarowitz, yes, I'm not aware. Blake's lawyer, okay. Did you review any of the documents that you produced as part of this litigation? Ellen Garofalo, objection! Steve Sarowitz, and again, this is just asking the question. If I reviewed them with my attorneys? Blake's lawyer, no. Just did you review at any time any of the documents that were produced in this litigation? And that's that. Ah! Oh, this was so juicy. Whew. All right. Wow. What an unexpectedly delicious everything. Hey, Egon. I do not have a wife, you're drippy, but I wouldn't be against one. I'm gonna have some more turrón now. If you are still watching, I go live here on YouTube every weekday at 1 p.m. Eastern, 10 a.m. Pacific. Normally, my chats are member-only mode. I'm starting to think if I should open the chats to everybody. I wonder if opening the chat helped me get more viewers today. Would my members be upset if I open up the chats normally? Fudge. I don't want to upset my members. Maybe we can do that. Maybe okay, I'm gonna think this through and discuss it on Monday. I will perhaps I will have the first part chat open, but then go live for only members for 25%. That seems like a good balance of then I still give my members something exclusive. I like that compromise. Because if I open up, let's say I go live, I think I've been doing on average 45 minutes every week, although today it's almost an hour. I think I've been doing about 45 minutes every day. Or maybe if I do 30 minutes open to everybody and then 15 or 20 minutes just for members only. Not even the chat, I can switch this now to member only mode so only my members see the video. I think that's a good compromise, Team The Truth. We'll figure it out. Let's figure it out. Because in that way, I do think I'm just shocked I had so many viewers today on Friday of Thanksgiving. Anyways, most creators open live to all, but then have a separate video stream for members. Okay, I think that seems reasonable. So we're gonna explore that next week. We'll do the live chat for all, and then I'll do like 15, 20 minutes of only streaming just for my members. And maybe that'll also encourage some people to become members. All right. Have a wonderful weekend, everybody. I will be back Monday. I appreciate you. If you watched until the end, say hate. Say hate in the comments section, because there were a lot of haters here, and I appreciate them. I already said this.
Okay.
Say hate in the comments section. I'll see you Monday at 1 p.m. Eastern, 10 a.m. Pacific. And I'll open the chat to everybody on Monday for the first 30 minutes. For the first 30 minutes on Monday, and then after. Okay, all right. Yay! You see, you gotta, I hope everybody understands, you gotta keep evolving and changing and experimenting. Hopefully my members are cool with this. All right, I appreciate you all. See you Monday. Bye.